Hey, this video is about showing who you really are and being truly your authentic self. And if that's ever been a struggle for you, most people it is, then keep watching. My name is Jody Deane and I'm a transformational spiritual coach and facilitator, and helping you with your purpose activation and alignment with who you really are, with your spiritual awakening, and authentically expressing who you are. So, welcome. And here I am in the magical woods again. And yes, actually, I don't normally show up like this with a hood on, but I thought, why not? Why not? Why not? I've got this hood, and I was kind of looking at it in the mirror just now and kind of going, wow, this is kind of cool. I kind of like this hood feeling. And this is a beautiful kind of alpaca shawl. Alpaca is llama wool from the Andes, and this is a recent purchase, and feel super comfortable in it. I love the softness and the quality of it, and it's very cozy, and it's kind of been a bit miserable and cold and wet and damp here in England, and I love actually wearing this. I know some parts of the world it's scorching hot. Other parts of the world, there are rivers of water flooding whole villages. Depends where you are in the world. But anyway, let's start with where you are. Where are you? How are you doing in your journey of self-expression, of authenticity? This is a great time to check in with showing up, being visible, being vulnerable, showing actually who you really are. Clothing is one aspect of this. It's definitely not the only aspect. I know the kind of Instagram beauty model thing might make you think it is, but that's all just, let's say, surface level stuff. And you don't need to be like that. We want, as human beings, we want real, we want authentic. Or at least, let's say, the people that I want in my field, that I want as my audience, that I want to connect with, are people who value real. So that may be your choice, it may not be your choice. It's entirely up to you. You may want to go for the fake eyebrows, the fake eyelashes and all that stuff, and kind of the snazzy look with lots of makeup or, you know, surgery and all that stuff. And that may be your jam. It's not really my jam. So just wanted to put that right out there and say, if you think this is what that's about, then definitely in the wrong place. But, you know, no judgment. We're all on our own path. We're all on our unique journeys. And that is part of the whole kind of story around reclaiming authenticity, is to allow that part of ourselves, all those parts of ourselves, you know, and embrace ourselves, our taste, the clothing that we love to wear, the things that we love to do and share. That's kind of a poet, and I didn't know it. I'm walking in some grass, and it's clovers, and it's also very wet. So, okay, might have a bit of damp in my feet. Or note to self, get some waterproof shoes, because it's getting rainy here in England. Anyway, I shall now remove the great reveal. Oh my God, he has hair. Yeah, and so this is also part of the joy of sharing, is that you get to show up as yourself, and you get to play who you are, and just be yourself. And what a radical, revolutionary concept, I know, but you know, those who are put off by that are not your people. And those who, how does my hair look actually? Yes. Those who like that are your people. They could well be your people, let's say. Those people who are excited, enthused, turned on, tuned in to what you're about, what you're sharing, your unique message, your vibration, your frequency. They're your people, right? And this is a lot to do with that. It's a lot to do with really turning up the light. And so, obviously who I'm really speaking to here, which many of you on my channel and on my profiles and everything are about, is this kind of authentic life path, being real, being honest, being vulnerable, being raw, being human, but also acknowledging that I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and that you are basically having a spiritual awakening of some kind, or on that spiritual journey. You are at some stage in it, whether it's just a kernel seed inside you and you're like, what is this consciousness stuff? What is this spirit stuff? What is the soul? Like I'm feeling like interest. There's something there for me, so you're coming to this kind of content looking for that to have some greater understanding, right? Or you're along your journey. You're on your journey. You have your mentors that you tune into. Maybe you're a part of a school or an organization or a religion, or some philosophy that you aspire to. Maybe you've grown up with that philosophy and it works for you. Or maybe you're at a point where you're pivoting. You're like, yeah, I'm kind of like, I've done the Buddhist thing and now I want to explore something else, mystical Sufism, or just meditation, yogic, the Vedic philosophy, the path of yoga, shamanism, plant medicines, ascension teachings, I don't know, eurythmy, pan-eurythmy. I was recently in the island of Crete, the magical island of Crete, and found myself practicing pan-eurythmy in a group, which are these incredible, beautiful dances created by, the original founder was this dude called Peter Dunov. Well, that's his anglicized name, and a Bulgarian kind of mentor, teacher, master. And it was so powerful and profound. It was my first experience of it. I'd heard of pan-eurythmy, just the word, many moons ago, and then suddenly I found myself practicing pan-eurythmy. Very beautiful, very harmonizing movements, and you do them in a circle. So that happened. Anyway, tangent. There are so many of these wonderful practices, traditions, paths, qigong, tai chi, pa Taoist philosophy, Huna, the Hawaiian path, the dispachos and all of that, the kind of these ritual, what you would call them, like it's called a despacho. I don't know if there's a translation in English, but it's like an offering that's kind of more of an Andian tradition, Andian shamanic tradition. You've got, there's just so many. We could just go listing off all these different paths and practices and traditions and religions and everything. But I digress. So you're on that, right? Or maybe you've had some big awakening where you've like gone, oh my God, you've had a moment or a day or a time or a retreat, week, a moment in time, however long that was, where you've had like an opening where you witnessed or recognized universal truth, universal consciousness, the oneness of all creation, the peace and bliss of true understanding beyond the mind, beyond the realm of thought. And so that is obviously a much more profound experience than just like day-to-day stuff where you're just like, I'm praying or I'm practicing or I'm having like sensations of energy or having visions. When it's like a big thing like that, it's all consuming. It like, your whole reality shifts because you have this deep, profound, direct experience. And I keep meeting people like that who've had that, as I have had multiple. And it's so, I love it. I love that. I love hearing about other people's direct experience of truth, mystical experiences, etc. It's so beautiful. I just had Arif Mirza on my podcast. He's a 9-figure entrepreneur, investor, and many things, but he's also a very spiritual man, and he's practicing Muslim, and he shared with me his spiritual experiences that he'd had in his life, and that was beautiful. And we talked about being at Mecca and the Kaaba and what that meant for him and everything. And I really feel like we, when we're truly in alignment and we're living from the heart and we're living our true truth, we get to experience what is most aligned for us, and we get to rendezvous with the highest frequency or the highest vibration that's available. And that can be in the form of our own, belief system or religion that's dear and true to us, ourselves, our family, our ancestors, etc. So it's almost like there is a structure to this which is dictated in some ways by our consciousness. So, if you're a devout Catholic, then your rendezvous with like the higher frequencies, the higher heart, etc., may come as an apparition of Mother Mary, for example, or Yeshua. And you may have that experience, an encounter or an understanding come through a vision, right? And similarly, for example, if you're in on a shamanic path, you might rendezvous with a bear or a deer and have a profound experience, or go on a vision quest or a journey and meet your ancestors or something like that. So it's interesting how this kind of lens of perception works, and the filter, the reality filter that we all have. And I feel like everyone's experience is as valid as everyone else's, and there is as much possibility for mystical experience as there are human beings populating the planet, and probably infinitely more. So we have to think in terms of the infinite and the limitless, because I find no end to it. I find no limitation to this reality that we can all co-experience, and open to more and more as we go deeper on the path of awakening and journey. But yes, again, I digress, because I want to circle back to this piece around the authenticity and the self-expression. So I was actually on a call yesterday with a friend who was like, I've been watching your videos, they're awesome, and I would love to see more of the crazy Jody, the clown Jody, and the playful Jody. And I was like, I am opening more to that, but maybe there's something in myself which I've just, been holding back from saying yes to, like allowing myself to really play and be seen in my silliness. And, even when I talk about this, I'm also aware that, there's still like a filter going on. There's still like a voice inside my head that is saying you must not be like that, you must behave. And it's just like, wow, it's so interesting, it's so liberating to experience, to share that, to express that, let's say, and experience just doing it, right, sharing it right now as I am. Oh, what's down there? Oh, what's up there? And just play around, right, with different perceptions, different parts of self. Let's go over here. Again, I'm in these beautiful grounds of Emerson College in Sussex, and it's gorgeous and it's stimulating. Beautiful nature here, just so beautiful. Such a blessed place to be. So yeah, feeling blessed. Anyway, blessings. There's a lovely tree here, gorgeous. Touch the tree. Lovely. Yeah, good vibes immediately. Just connecting into this spirit of this tree, so powerful and beautiful. Anyway, that's an expression of me, right? I love trees. I connect so deeply with trees. Thank you. Tree, nature, everything else. What's your authentic expression? What's your, like I'm loving wearing this right now, and kind of the freedom it gives me of movement and the softness and the playfulness and the hood, of course, right? I'm a hooded person, like in these kind of like fantasy movies and series, that you see there's some hooded man, hooded figure in the shadows, or in a tavern, "Oh, who's that?" It's kind of fun, isn't it? It's like, now you see me, now you don't, kind of hidden. Oh yeah, reveal. Oh my God, it's human, it's a person. Recognizable, right? Recognition. And, perhaps through you showing up and sharing who you are, allowing yourself to be seen, perhaps the others can recognize you, the ones who are aligned with you, your audience, your people, the clients, the customers, the fans, the friends who are the soul tribe, right? The soul family, who are resonant with you, can find you, right? As you show up and you share yourself and appear, right? And go, "Hi, this is me, in my uniqueness, in my slightly craziness," that they get to experience you and feel you and go, "Wow, yes, yeah, I resonate with that guy," right? That gal, that person, that woman, that boy, that bloke, that dude, that buddy. You can't say that buddy. Come on, get your English language right. And therefore, they're attracted to you. It's like, yes, there is lack of mask here. This is nice, a space to be. This is a place where I can actually be who I am and don't have to wear a mask, right? I think that's really key and important. Rain's coming down, so we're going to be ending this video very soon, winding it up here. So there's a lot to be said about that, and I will keep trying to home in on this concept, really, this understanding about the more you reveal about yourself, the more you share, the more you show up without masks, the more naked you become, the more permission you give for others to be as they are as well. And that is a warm, loving, beautiful, spacious place. And people love being in a warm, beautiful, spacious place. And they get great value from that, as I have received so much value from those warm, loving, beautiful, accepting, spacious places that I have drawn from and lived in and been in my life and grown from massively. And it's not always just like, let's say, in my case, I've chosen places that are warm, loving, and everything else, but they're also encouraging courageousness, encouraging risk-taking, encouraging growth as well. And that's super important as well, because that is the aspect more going into the divine masculine, where we're moving forward, we're making choices, we're getting like edgy, getting to the edges, moving through the discomfort and creating new possibilities. So that's something. Also planning to talk about that, but that's also come up, the divine masculine, super important and empowering for all of us, both males and females, male identifying, female identifying, and all that stuff, to open and allow the divine masculine within, right? To have both inside us, divine feminine, the divine masculine, and have it balanced. Of course, if you're a man like I am, then you kind of have to accept that you're a man, and that the divine masculine is your kind of archetype, even though you hold the divine feminine inside you. And ultimately, the hieros gamos, the sacred union, is the highest expression of life and truth within you. However, you are in a man's body, right? And likewise for a woman, you're in a woman's body, and so you have to embrace that divine feminine, because you've come in as that archetype, right? And it's your path. And my friends, a lot of my female friends were at a wonderful women-only festival, Heart of the Rose, last weekend, that my lovely friend Sophie Neville has founded and created on her land. And it's very much the really like embodying that divine feminine principle through the energy and the archetype of the rose and the essence of the rose, which is a beautiful, beautiful, profound transmission. So yes, that I've gone a long way here. We're 20 minutes in. Okay, so I kind of said everything I want to say in this video. You know, I also love the rose as well, and that's, you know, it's definitely, you know, one of my paths and lineages as well. And that's again, it's like the divine feminine within me, and opening to that and embracing that as well, as a man, right, living as a man in the world. So it's an interesting one. Anyway, that's a huge conversation. I'm also reading, well, listening to the book called The Grail by Tanishka. I'm absolutely finding it fascinating. I highly recommend that book. That's a whole video in itself. Maybe I'll talk about that. And I will be actually opening something soon enough, which is a circle for men, which is exploring the divine masculine through the cycles of time, in this case the sun, as it journeys through the different constellations in the year. And yes, that's something, so if you're interested in that, let me know. But yeah, it's the first time I mentioned it as well. But anyway, just finishing off, rounding off this video, really just to kind of invite you to share, you know, if you have anything around this that you would like feedback on, or anything, or some comments to share around, you know, your own authentic self-expression. You know, this video has been, as much as I could be, an authentic expression of who I am in this moment in time, which I kind of love to do. I feel euphoric right now having made this video. And you know, this is also like practice makes professional. The more I do this, the more I feel like, you know, I'm aligned and calibrated with my, you know, uniqueness and my own frequency and the full spectrum expression of who I am. And that's very much something that I love to aid and assist others as students, participants, and clients in. And it's so powerful, right? It's finding your voice, you know, it's honoring who you are, it's celebrating who you are. It's so powerful. So that's something I wanted to share, that if you'd like help with any of that, then of course get in touch, you know, book yourself a Joy Accelerator, Life Accelerator session with me. They're gifted, they're free, 20 minutes. And you can do that with a link below this video, it should be, or just put in the comments, Accelerator. And yeah, and I'd just love to know where you are on your journey with all of this, and what support you need. I am, you know, creating a community around this, so stay tuned for that. And, you know, just, you know, if you have any judgments about yourself, can you be kind to yourself? Can you accept yourself? You know, it is a scary place sometimes to open up and to be seen and to be vulnerable and to be visible. And I totally get that and understand that. And often that's due to past traumas, being bullied, etc., being abused or whatever. And the opportunity is great to heal, the invitation is there to become aware of who we really are, and to be kindness to yourself and love yourself unconditionally in the midst of you know, fear and constriction and limitation. And also identify any limiting beliefs that you're still carrying around. Alarm's going off over there, I don't know if you can hear it, but this is definitely time to finish this video. But yeah, something I would love to just invite you to just, you know, any challenges you're facing around this, or any insights that you've come across from this video, from kind of, you know, what would it be like for you to own your own self-expression if it was really made big, really big? Like, what would it look like, right? Your own full-blown, crazy, wonderful, ecstatic self, like what that might look like. And yeah, would that be inspiring to others? How much would that impact others? Imagine if we all did that, if we all allowed ourselves to be the star of our own shows, to shine in all our aspects, to allow our craziness and weirdness to come out, and to celebrate ourselves and be celebrated and celebrate those things in others. And I'm all about that, really. I'm all about celebrating our uniqueness, and in that full spectrum, that to me is true authenticity, and speaking truth, you know, sharing our voice, sharing our gifts, our magic with the world, right? Unfettered, untethered, yes, all those things. Yeah, unburdened, really. Ultimately, we become unburdened because we allow that which is to be, and we become that path of least resistance, which I'm always talking about. Anyway, okay, love to you. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week, wherever you are. I've been Jody Deane. My website is jodydeane.com, JODYDEANE.com. You can find out more about me there. Only that's just a snippet, though, a fraction of what I do and what I share and who I am. Do subscribe. If you like this video, if you found it useful, please like it. If you've loved it, please like it. If you enjoyed it very much, then please love it. And yes, please share if you think this might be helpful for someone else, because you never know whose life it might change, whose reality it might shift, you know. And the same goes for any of the inspiring videos you find. You know, they might just decide to share it with one person who might be going through a real difficult patch, and that might just, you know, help them out to see things in a much broader perspective, or have a giggle or something, and just not take themselves so seriously. Because I think we've got a chronic level of collective seriousitis on the planet, and we know we are going through this consciousness shift. We are going through this awakening. The frequencies are rising. That is my own personal experience and belief, and what I've noted over the years, from being a little 11-year-old boy and being like, oh my God, I'm waking up here. I want to know about the mysteries. I want to know about what's going on the planet, what the heck is going on this planet. I want to know about healing. I want to know about spirituality, vibration, consciousness, etc. And so I've been tracking this for the last 30 years, and it's been magical and mystical and wonderful. So anyway, you are magical, you are wonderful. Keep being who you really are. Keep loving yourself. Bye for now. Take care. Bye. Bye.